right, welcome this morning. This is GunMuse, and what we're going to do today is, what I'm going to do live, I'm just going to be chatting with people. You see, I got a second camera up here. I hit a Black Friday sale. I sat there looking at all the boxes. I got another one in the box here. And I was looking at the difference between the Brio 100s, the Brio 200s, the Brio 300s, and I went, once I started looking at what the difference in the cameras were doing, you would pay double, triple, and get nothing for it. So I got one of the Brio 100 sitting up behind me, okay, so that you can see all this stuff. I don't know if the 4K camera can see just how janky I got it. I got it on a chair, on a pole, on top of another camera. I rednecked that so much. And I did not use any duct tape. All right. Man, I only get so many hours a day to get work done. That's one of the reasons I really do just kind of wind down like the Tin Man. I come on here and I'm all hyped up and pop and ready to talk to you guys. And then I get the frustrations of everybody going, oh my gosh, I missed the live again because YouTube didn't notify me. Damn it, YouTube. Download Live Studio. That's TikTok. Yeah, oh, TikTok popping up. TikTok's going to ban me as soon as somebody asks me a political question anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah, I have found it funny that TikTok is out there talking about how they're being First Amendment suppressed. You can only be suppressed by the government when you're suppressing the First Amendment. A corporation can suppress you anytime they want to, and TikTok has banned my lives 4 times in the last 4 weeks. So, fuck off, China. I get the arguments on both sides, I really do. When we're talking about this TikTok thing, you know, it's like, no matter how you squeeze it, no matter who you sell it to, at this point, if China maintains ownership of it, you can deal with some of the security issues. You can ban TikTok on anybody's phone that walks into a federal building, and you should. And you should be looking around for every other app. Facebook. Everything we blame at TikTok, Facebook was doing long before TikTok was. You got to remember, China doesn't invent, they steal. What did they steal and where did they steal it from? So, you know, I want to get into doing the gaming things here. I mean, I got this computer set up, and then I got the other one out in the studio. But Digital Spaceport. Oh, let me get to, I got things here. Is that it? Here we go. Digital Spaceport. Okay, I've been watching a bunch of this guy's stuff on the AIs. He's an IT guy. You know how I feel about IT guys. Not really. I don't, I like this guy. I like the way he talks. I like how he is bringing it down a level, He's unnerding it a little bit. But he has a home lab and a home data center. I've got monstrous amounts of equipment too, but I wouldn't call my stuff a data center. I don't host anybody else's stuff anymore. I used to be a hosting platform for almost 20 years, but that was more about First Amendment than it was about IT. We had built one server that was hack proof, and I mean hack proof. No IT guy on the planet can say that. That's why we never sold the GunMuse technology, was they couldn't get through the GunMuse technology. I spent so many years fighting off the leftist nutterbutters who would go into a college campus library, insert a thumb drive, and do denial of service attacks. I did this as a response. I told the digital spaceport guy on his last video, hey, I'm going to do a response live. And let me catch him up. I've had to deal with people who do not know what I do not understand what I do, don't even understand that it's a First Amendment issue, and I've been fighting it since 1999. The left that we're just now starting to get out there. You know, these guys suppress people's speech. Do you know these guys use lawyers and election officials to make up laws on the fly and prosecute people? Do you know that they ran a trial in New York where they waited until they turned it over to the jury to tell the defendant what he was being charged with? Oh my God, Donald Trump is going to get retribution now that he's won the election. We got to do something we've never done before. Let's pardon people who weren't even charged with a crime yet. They're trying to figure out how to do that. How can we preemptively pardon morons who couldn't follow the law and then make that law stick? I hate to tell everybody, this is one of the reasons they don't like me. This is the Second Amendment. No one's gone off their nuts. I see how bright it is in here. What the hell's going on with that camera, right? Oh, I don't have the green screen on behind me. And, oh, crap, let me do that. Woo! Oh, ha ha ha. Hold on, I got to stand up straight without falling down. I fold those lights down so I can see. Whew. Wow, I don't know what that screen's showing me now. I'm blind. I'm blind. Okay. Oh, I know. You, Dawn, there's something going wrong. You need a hug and a kiss. She yeah, you guys saw me wobbling and things. She gets a little. Hey, you're done good girl. We're working on it, good girl. She's still a pup. That big old thing's a puppy. You need to sit down. Come on, sit. I know you got screamed at on live the other day. I freaked out when you were chewing my green screen. Come on, get down. Hey, lay down. All right. Whew. Okay. So, digital spaceport, man. I'm going to be talking directly to this guy because I'm hoping he's going to watch it with me. Man, I'm going through your stuff. Let me get back here. Oh, I was going to say, back when I used to get denial of service attacks, it would flood the phone company switches. Okay. And so they go, oh my gosh, could you turn off your server? We can't get any other traffic through, blah, 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 blah. And I said, hey, could you tell me where that attack come from? No, due to privacy issues, we sure can't do that. All right. Then I built a new kind of server. This is back in the days when an Uber server, and I bought an Uber server, one server, 16 gig of DDR1, but it had the very first AMD dual core ever built into a server. I had twice the processing power. And I rewrote how Red Hat Linux talked to the network cards from the memory. So I dumped everything into the 16 gig of RAM because we didn't have a very big website. We did have a lot of traffic that went to it. We got it to where we were responding from RAM to network card from our machine so fast we could swamp a dozen phone companies. And so when the phone company called me after we launched that first machine and we had this new software set up where we didn't talk to hard drives, and you'll hear me say over and over and over and over and over again while I'm building up my equipment, I don't care how fast your hard drive is the slowest piece of crap in the computer. You are as fast as you can get data off of the hard drive. Okay, so one of my comments on the digital spaceport was I'm following along with this Proxmox install, and this Proxmox thing refuses to look at my hardware RAID. Hardware RAID doubles the data rate that we pull data off of a hard drive. Okay, now this is just this is a X570 motherboard with a 3900 16 core processor in it, 128 gigs of RAM, and a 4060. All right. Quite frankly, a kick-ass gaming rig. But there's method to my madness here. I'm not building a gaming rig. These 3900s process a bunch of different server type protocols faster than some of the chips with higher frequency rates. Matter of fact, I made mention of that to him on one of his videos, and he went, yeah, that was where the technology converged. If you start going back and looking where they do the top 10 CPUs for servers, those 3900s stay in the top, and then they do like 30 different tests. The 3900s are in the top 10 on all 30 tests. And some 2900s are in the top 10s above the 3900s. Frequency is not as important as the ability to do the work. All right. Faster is not better. And I can tell you now, going over into my ET worlds, the faster we make some of these processors, the more radiation they create that interferes with other processes. So you wind up having to do some tasks twice. And when I won some of the fastest computer contests for the build-offs, my little cheating thing was I'd get them overclocking boards and then I'd declock them. I would go slower than everybody else, and we would process the test faster. So, and this was back in the days when we were running FX processors. You know, I've got an FX6 sitting out in the shop. Matter of fact, that's what originally was in this box, was an FX6. And if the software people hadn't turned around and said, matter of fact, if Windows, Microsoft hadn't stopped talking to the FX processors, which is what it did with certain protocols, I'd still be using that sucker because I don't use 3% of this Ryzen at its worst load, or the other Ryzen. I got a Ryzen sitting on top of a Ryzen here. That big, nice Uber box that I showed you guys, I got pictures of over in the Discord, that thing, I got a piece of cardboard sitting on it, and I got this other computer sitting on top of it, so I don't have to bend over, should have to plug anything in. That kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing. All right. If I go here, yeah, here we go. All right. And then, like I said, I got this other, I don't know if I want to mess with this. I'm going to mess with it. Okay, I'm going to mess with it. All right, so this is sitting on a piece of cardboard. There's that Uber machine that I built for that I'm filming on now. And then you can see, yeah, oh, this is going to eventually be my dog cam if I can ever get her to calm down. Pepper, come say hello to your audience. Come here. Do your close-up, girl. Oh, wait. Left is right, right is left. I don't know. Oh, there's a pretty girl. All right. See, all right. I knew it once I touched it, it was going to be forever. She said, hold on, Don, I can cut that cord for you. One of the reasons I had to go out and buy new cameras is Pepper has cut most of the cords. I don't know, what are we looking at here? Hey, that works. All right. Not what I had, but okay. You know, the 4K camera is set up to have a green screen behind me. That's why it looks a little weird. You know, you're sitting there going, hey, the 1080p is better. Hey, you can't help yourself, can you? Pepper, no. Out. Get away from the cords. Come on. What do you got now? Girl, I don't even know what that goes to. All right, out. Go get your ball. Go get a ball. Go get a ball. Give you something to do. Go get a toy. Go get a toy now. All right. She, like I said, she's still pup. You didn't bring me a point where go. I'll head tilt you back. Go get a toy. Anyway, so I'm following along with this guy, and I'm following his how-tos, and I'm following his written documents, and believe it or not, I can follow instructions. But his stuff is on different motherboards, and every time you do that, it does do different things. So I've got this AM RAID over here to feed power to the graphics card. All right. So my theory being that the graphics card can process data very, 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 very quickly, as long as you don't overload that data, as long as you don't spill over into RAM with how big your models are going to be. And I don't need the model to be that big. So Digital Spaceport is testing all kinds of different models. He's built some Uber servers that no way I'm even going to build. I've got enough graphics cards out there to build them. I have 45 graphics cards sitting idle out in the other room. Okay. And there's no reason that I can't turn around and plug them in. I got motherboards that will hold 8 graphics cards at a time from the mining operation. And you can connect a PCI to PCI to where I could have one machine, one CPU, talking to all 35 graphics cards. I'd have cables all over the room. There would have to be some duct tape involved, but I can make it run all the graphics cards at once. Unfortunately, most of those graphics cards are AMD. But Z-CUDA, L-CUDA, whatever it is, that just got released 9 days ago, AMD said, all right, you're gonna turn around and try and cut us out of the AI world with this crap. Here's this code that converts art that uses ARM machines. Stop. There you go. Go play. Here's this code that converts our machine. So I'm waiting on that because that is so nerd filled that I can't even jump in on that stuff. I don't even want to do the history of backing up. Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. Are we ignoring you, buddy? All right. So I don't even want to do the history of backing up on the technology to jump down that. I don't know that I can. Matter of fact, I haven't had my MCT oil this morning. But I need that. And just for some reference, I've had 2 strokes. And some of my problems here are, while I can access the long-term memory stuff, man, short-term to long-term memory just seems to suck too much that I can't continue through a process. So this studio is designed to be everything to be left where I walk out of the room at, because I go and just wind down. And then I come in here and I have no clue what I was doing. But here I was just following along Digital Spaceport stuff, and the Proxmox is overkill for what I'm doing, and I know it. So I'm not blaming him for that. I knew that when I started. But I saw a bunch of people using Proxmox, and I'm like, all right, since I've got to take how-tos from an IT guy, let me do their stuff their way, and then maybe I'll learn how to do it the right way later. And I do mean that. I mean that as insulting as I can, not to be deliberately insulting the Digital Spaceport, but IT guys are trained to make sure things break. So what you know is you don't know. You don't know. Well, and the reason I'm following Digital Spaceport is he's got this server farm in his garage. Wow. Now here's a guy who doesn't get paid if the stuff ain't working, right? Whereas an IT guy gets paid when the stuff isn't working. I like private ownership. This is why I started following Digital Spaceport. He needs to keep his stuff running. And then he's probably done such a good job of that he's bored and started wandering off in a la land of this project with the AI. And he's testing different models and everything every week. Not that I don't watch the model tests. I do. But the odds of me building a 43090 rack, very slim. Not zero, but slim. And if I do it, I'm going to be waiting for the new series of video cards to come out. They're coming soon. The 5000 series are coming. The 4000, and the 5000 series are going to be targeted towards AI. They're gonna swear to God they got AI quality chips. That's bullshit. They put a branding label on it over at NVIDIA. So when they build the 5000 series and they're targeted AI, what they're going to do is they're going to throw a crap load of VRAM. And they may even try and speed VRAM up. Which, the high cost of these video cards is going to be the footprint. You cannot get around the laws of physics. If you make that RAM go faster, it's going to produce more heat. If it produces more heat, you're going to need more metal or exotic metal. You're not getting around that. I know I follow more than just what the NVIDIA guys are putting out. Hey, NVIDIA, probably shouldn't have canceled my contract during COVID. Maybe I could have helped you out a little bit when you started doing stupid shit. You got a bunch of college kids running around going, we can make it faster, we can make it faster. But you can't make it better because you're trying to destroy the laws of physics. The laws of physics are kind of simple. And when it goes faster, you need more metal. How do I know that? I take the stuff they make and then I make it work. It's what I've done for 30 years. I'm a field engineer. I have to know how the software works. I have to know how the hardware works. I have to know why the hardware is not doing what I want it to do or what it was advertised to do, because the guy paying me says, hey, I'm supposed to get so many frames per second out of this card. Pepper, get out of there now. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm supposed to get so many frames per second out of these cards. And then it doesn't. Pepper, there's a reason we went out and played ball before I started filming. I don't know what that reason was. I don't run out of energy. Everybody else is tired but you. Huh? We went out and threw the ball a bunch of times. You had to run a damn mile in the backyard at full speed. Sit. Now. Good girl. Don't make me be mean. I'm on camera. It's just cruel for this puppy to have to sit still. Take me out and play. And everybody just saw that I couldn't stand up to adjust the lights. That's because I walked outside on the uneven ground and I played for 10 minutes with Pepper. She's part of my therapy. All right. I love the tilted head. I'm part of the therapy. And did I hear the word play? I'm taking off my bio watch. Put it on the charger while I'm sitting here. I got a little watch to monitor my O2 levels in my body because I came up with a theory 4 years ago that one of the reasons I wasn't healing is I'm not processing oxygen properly. There's that thumb screw I've been looking for 4 days. It was stuck to the magnet that charges my watch. I was like, I know it's on my desk. I know it. Oh, I'll put it in the other. I want to get a screwdriver out. You need to go somewhere. All right. Out. one thing about Pepper is she can find a cord, cut it in 2 seconds with them sharp teeth, or get entangled in it. Yeah, never fails. All right. Yeah, so I learned a long time ago that, you know, avoid talking to the hard drives. So I'm trying to build. So I've already successfully built one AI machine, and then I've destroyed it. It was this machine. I've destroyed it. And I was deciding how to build it better. And the first step was going to be RAID. If you RAID NVMe drives, you double, and you RAID 0 them, you double your output speed. Okay? So all my servers that I've ever had were RAID 10, which is, so take 10 drives, and you get 5 drives worth, you get 5 drives worth of capacity. So if I had 10 terabyte drives, right, I would get 5 terabytes of capacity, because the other 5 would be duplication in case I have a drive failure. So you get the best of both worlds, and you get the speed from it. They have these cards now for setting up NVMe drives in RAID inside the cards and getting the throughput out of them. And you can do multiples of those, so you can RAID the RAIDs. That's my plan. That's what's going through my brain as I'm testing things. Is I'm going to turn around and figure out how to load different models. So when I swap from one model to the next model, and they're big models, I want them to load to the graphics array as fast as possible. Okay. So our throughput speed, I want to get almost to the point where PCI, in other words, you know, 4.0, now they got 5.0 out, but again, marketing and bullshit, where 4.0 is our limiting speed. Okay. I can get there as a field engineer. I can't even in my brain derive the problems I'm going to hit, while an IT guy is going to tell me off the top of his head all the problems he's hit. I don't care what the fucking IT guy says. Okay. It can be done. Some of it is about separating the parts. Okay. That's I need the RAM and the CPU a certain distance away from the graphics cards. And then I need to turn around and build very shielded transmission lines for PCI. Okay. I'm going to solve a lot of problems. Your home computer, your home stuff, that is your problems is space. Okay. So if I have to go rent a cage in a data center and go rent a 10-foot cage, my space is going to be 10 foot. And then if I got to turn around and put a Faraday cage inside a 10-foot space, that's what I'm going to use my 10 foot for. All I need from that data center is data. But I also don't need my neighbor's data screwing with my data. Why would I go to all this effort? It's to keep the cost footprint down. I could throw more hardware at this, and I could spread it out a bunch, but I can tell you that over the years I found out that doesn't improve the quality of throughput. So GunBot here, you know, is going to do some pretty significant stuff. It's going to do stuff that no one is going to get paid for. No one's going to pay me to run the GunBot. I'm not even asking for any money. Whatever people click join on YouTube to help me build this thing, that's the First Amendment breakthrough. You're paying for me to break the First Amendment. for the left, who wants nothing more than to suppress all free speech. I'm going to have to do it in a smaller footprint with less money. If I can't do it for under $55,000 to $60,000 a year, I'm going to fail. Okay, because right now that's all the money that I have. If I can't get it done for $55,000 to $60,000 a year, it's not going to happen. So there's no cost overruns here. It is what it is. It will start producing income at some point. It'll hit a threshold where producing income to where I could get a couple $100,000 a year. It did before. When I ran the PR News network, I made a couple $100,000 a year. 26 million readers. Everybody said, well, you should make a lot more than that on that. And I'm like, yeah, if I want to annoy my readers. The reason 26 million people came to read their news from me was I didn't shove an ad in their face. I didn't annoy them. I didn't say, hey, could you sign up here? Can you subscribe? Can we email you till you're tired of looking at your email? How about you show up to read the news because you want to read the news? How about I provide a product you're happy to see? And yes, is there an ad on the page? There was one ad on the page. And Google Ads was the one I went on running. Didn't even have targeted ads yet, where they track you down all over the internet and tell you what you want to buy. Who knows how much money I would have made back then? I know that Google knew that I had 26 million real people, that I had a 6% click-through rate, and it was annoying to these leftists that I was exploding in both efficiency and income without trying. They got to see everything, all my data, because they had an ad. I let the enemy of the world see how it was done. And they have copied a bunch of the stuff that I was pioneering. Where to put an ad on a page. I studied menu creation. Pepper, I'm watching the camera move. Get out of there now. Oh, there's that cord. I got the cord, Don. I knew what you were up to. Oops. All right. Sorry. That camera's now. What are you seeing on that camera? I want you. Look, you got stuff all folded up. Yeah. All right. You know what I'm going to do, Pepper? Oh, this is going to be my Pepper alarm over here. I'm going to have you have it looking. Here's my Pepper. Well, you got fleas? All right. There's my Pepper alarm. Because you're sneaking up on me, girl. You're sneaky. All right. So this is the dirty work that no one's seen for years. This is why we're doing these lives. Lives don't make no money. So digital. Oh, let me get over here, back here. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. I want this one. All right. So yeah, digital spaceport. I've been following some of his stuff, but he's still an IT guy, and he's still trying to set it up. So this Proxmox deal, first of all, just completely ignored the hardware raid. And I don't even know how you do that, except for you have to run probably some internal special commands when you're finding out what physical drives are there, and ignoring the fact that there might be an array in place. So that is my hit on Proxmox. You ignored my array. Wanted to create a software array. I don't want a software array. Okay. I don't even want to play with software array. And then the way to set up on this Proxmox, I can't switch to that screen because it's on a different computer right this minute. The setup on this Proxmox, you got to make up all these fake host names, everything. You got to build an internal network. And I haven't actually looked around on Digital Spaceport to see if he shows us how to create your own internal hosted network on your router. I'm sure there's a million videos out there. And the reason I said looking around on him is I don't mind giving him the advertising dollar. You know what? He's got a join thing. Oh. Join $1.99 a month. Is that all you want, boss? Hold on. I do the same thing. I got a $7.99 join, and that's because you guys are going to wind up paying. Anybody that joins me, you're paying for this stuff, this hardware. You're paying for this future, okay? And you just know, and the people who join me know I'm batshit crazy enough just to pull it off. Complete your purchase. I don't know if I've updated my credit card since I had to cancel my credit card. We'll find out. It's great to have you as a member. Perks unlocked. See everything you get. See perks. I hate the YouTube join platform, just so you guys know, because they don't let me interface. Well, now they are. They didn't 3 years ago when I was leading on that stuff and they first brought that platform out, and they wouldn't let me turn around and give you perks outside of YouTube. Oh no, you can talk to them in a different chat box. Why the fuck would anybody pay for that? You know, the things like letting them have an elevated room inside of Discord was what people wanted. They don't understand why I hate Discord so much. And then, you know, the reason people bitch about TikTok, you haven't seen what Discord's doing to spy on you. If no one should be talking about banning TikTok before you talk about banning Discord. Because Discord is the universal Chinese platform for every game. So no matter what game someone's playing, everybody goes, well, you got Discord? And people are running lives and videos, and there's no money in there. You're never going to make a nickel out of there. You can make money off YouTube. YouTube cheats. I can tell you Digital Spaceport's getting good advertising. He's got great advertisers. So maybe he's got somebody that targets his advertising, and that's smart. That's a good way for an advertiser to spend their money. Loyalty badge next to your name and comments in live chat. New member badge, blah, blah, blah. Custom emoji to use in comments for live and chat. Okay, so again, this is 3% off the store. Now that we can tie our stores in there. Monthly member only live streams. Again, that means I got to run around on his time schedule. Oh, hell, he did his live an hour ago. All right. And then hit the hell and keep an eye out for the members' posts that will give you a heads up. All right. I didn't subscribe to him to get a response from him. He actually responds way better than I do. I've been responding. You know what? I will tell you, both him and everybody else, whether I use my phone or I use the computer, I get a different chat. Best way I can put it. You make a comment. Sometimes I can see that. I'll see that comment on my phone. Then I'll run to the computer and says, you know what? I'm going to put a long response to that person. And then so I run to the computer to respond to the comment. Not there. Filtered out. Some way, somehow. Different teams between the app people and the web people. But it just screams, hey, I'm being filtered. They're just deciding which filters they're going to do differently. So you guys are getting blocked. It looks like nothing's happening, right? That kind of crap. What we got here? Streamlabs. What is Streamlabs telling me? Sign into chat. Open in the browser. That makes me wonder. Gaming.youtube.com. See right there? Oh, no, it moved. It started out on gaming. Now it's on my YouTube live. I'm not getting any response because I didn't turn around and put the game that I want. So this is the chat. All right, so let's help out. Channel. Oh, hold on here, buddy. Let's go hot. Copy this, blah, blah, blah. Paste. And you know what? Here's the thing, multi-stream. Oh my God, everything's running so damn slow. There's something completely screwed up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my. Okay. I remember inserting that. I was going to say, I've got this thing in case I miss chats. I don't know why it did it that way. Hold on. Let me see. All right, there you go. Pin message. Okay. That's space, not space baby. That's spaceport, digital spaceport. Okay. So I'm having a problem with his stuff. I'm gonna have to abandon his method. It's not reasonable for a small operator. All right. This is why I don't like IT guys. I was already having a problem with, I went and downloaded Ubuntu, installed Olama, had it ask about who GunMuse is. It says, I don't know who the hell you are. And then I said, okay, add the GunMuse YouTube channel. And boom, I got this glowing thing from, it says, oh, well, GunMuse is deep, insightful analysis of how Gainsbourg broke down and his humor and all this stuff. And stuff I never wrote down and stuff I didn't tell it. It spit out this great big long 2-paragraph deal. I haven't been able to duplicate that result. And I damn sure can't duplicate it in a manner that you, the viewer, can watch. So Gunbot 1.0 ain't even Gunbot 1.0 yet. So and then so I got this AI machine. I got another one that is similar. It's an X570 board as well. Different model of board, and I think different make. I think it's an MSI versus an Asus. So I'm going to have a different type of RAID to it. And then I just found out my Western Digital drive that I've been gaming on for years only was 3.0 M2. I didn't know that till I put it in here and tried to make it into a RAID. Said, hey, you're raiding a 3.0 to a 4.0. I don't know if that's causing me grief in building the RAID array, but I got more drives. Black Friday's been good. Okay. Guys, if you want a great big $400 4 gig hard drive, 4 terabyte hard drive, don't do that. You got a gaming motherboard. If it's got multiple M2 slots, if you got 3 or 4, go buy a bunch of 1 giggers that are on sale. The reason they're Black Fridaying the 1 giggers is they're going to disappear anyway. They go just as fast, and you can stripe them in what's called RAID 0. You got to completely rebuild the machine, but if you're going to do it anyway, it builds a great gaming machine. I will tell you, it doesn't improve your game. Every piece of software that tests that test on behalf of gaming says it's not 1 ounce of improvement over drive versus RAID. If your RAID array is feeding data to what's asking for data 3 times faster, why the gaming test cannot tell that? I'm going to tell you right now, it's the test. If we know it's 3 times faster, the fact that you're loading a game, does it matter what the data is you're loading? Data's data. And that data to a graphics card. So when I see those failed tests where a game load, which means we're loading from hard drive to graphics card, is not any faster, I've got to ask my question. So when the graphics card is getting data from the things, where's the throttle? The throttling. So there's a throttling there. The throttling's got to be on the video card side. All right. I'm a field engineer. I see what broken. I see how other people design stuff, and I find the flaw in the design. I'm not capable of fixing that problem, but I know where it's at. All right. So if the game test can't pull data faster from a faster drive, the problem is the video card's request or the CPU's request of game data. There's a throttle in there somewhere. And I will bet you anything that every game is using some similar piece of software to request data to equalize the various PCs so as not to give advantage from one gamer to another. That's built into games. Is that built into AI models? Better not be. Better not be part of the graphics card itself. That'd be terrible, because graphics cards have many more uses than just that. So how fast we feed data to the graphics card is important. What I also just say, the faster we go, the more heat we're going to create. So if I create a faster graphics card, it's got to be fed faster. That means that chip that asks for data from the hard drive has got to have more metal or more exotic metal. Or the transference of heat through exotic materials at an excellent rate. Usually we used to use silver for that, but silver's gotten expensive. Oh, sorry for that. I told you guys I wind down, man. This is what it is. I hadn't even been on here that long, and no one's gotten out of bed. I'm early in the morning, which is not normal for me to do this early Saturday morning. Man, most people aren't out of bed on a Saturday. That's just the way life is these days. They're gonna wake up and say, "Oh, I missed the live." Nah, you slept in. Ate some pancakes, rubbed it in, that kind of stuff. All right. So, digital spaceport stuff. Man, I'm gleaming all the information from this guy I can glean. And the reason I'm putting, you guys know I don't talk about other YouTubers, and I'm not here to poke him, other than he talks like an IT guy, but he talks less like he's a hybrid. He talks like a business owner too, and that's what made me slow down and look at his stuff. All right. 137 videos. Wonder what his first video was. Let's go look at that. Videos. Latest. How about oldest? How to MSI find. Oh, just set 50%. Digital spaceport. Cooling your home lab server. How to shuck a Seagate USB hard drive. Well, I can tell you right now, this again is an IT guy. So he's pulling There he's going to pull when they do these Black Fridays. They got all this stuff inside for the portables. Those are the ones that failed the first test of the factory. They can't run in a computer all day, every day, but they can move data once in a blue moon. Right? They're fair for backups. I always, when I built the backup, used a production drive to build the backup. These things have already failed the first test of the factory. That's why they became cheap. That's why they're cheaper than a regular hard drive. Oh, you're just paying for the name and the label. You make up an excuse of why you think you're clever, and I promise you, you're not that clever. You don't assume the company's a big dumbass throwing money away. That's the first assumption. Oh, you're too stupid. You throw that money away. Yeah. Did Seagate shuck me? Their warranty on my shucked external hard drive. So here's a video later that he's having a warranty that freaking hard drive, or trying to. I don't even have to watch the video to know what happened, right? I just told you what's going to happen. Okay. Rack upgrades. Man, he's got a huge freaking home lab that he's building, or home services. ZFS RAID ID setup. See, I don't know what Oh, he's doing that that's I'm going to have to read on ZFS. Okay. I do not like a software RAID. I do not want a software RAID. You cannot make me do it. I do believe that a software RAID is about 15% slower than a hardware RAID, no matter what kind of crappy hardware you got. Okay, there's that. How to set up Proxmox high availability. Yeah, I don't even know what those words mean there, boss. What's high availability? He's an IT guy talking to IT guys, and the other IT guys know how to do it. Install the Eaton 9 GPX. I have one of those. I will watch that video. I got one sitting out in my C-van. Yes, I have a C-van full of shit, guys. Sometimes I see stuff like a battery backup. Where is it at? Designed to run a hospital floor, which is what he's installing. And I don't know where he lives, but 2 years ago, looks like he bought some of the ones that probably from the same auction I did when the hospital went out. I paid more in freight than I paid for I only paid $200 for a $6,000 battery backup, but it cost me $500 to ship it here. 10 gigabyte fiber. See, this is the beauty of somebody that lives in town. They got fiber to the house now. I don't have that capability. I am on the Elon plan, which is the best thing I could be. I could run this AI on the Elon plan if I could get a permanent IP address from the SpaceX guys. Proxmox network. Man, he did the work to build his channel. Ventoy. I don't use Ventoy. Oh, hell, he went silent. Or he deleted a bunch of stuff. 1 year ago. How fast was I? He had 139 videos. Where the hell are they? Quad 3090 GPUs. I get the theory. But how's that helpful for somebody who doesn't have four 3090s? Right? Fun to have, fun to build. And I will tell him that in my gun store, I owned at one point in time all 32 4-gauge shotguns. And you weren't allowed to buy them. You could trade me for one, and it better be something cool and something I wanted, but you couldn't buy one. I wouldn't put a price on them. And I don't care what you trade me. I traded a boat for one. I got a boat for one of them. Sold the boat for $4,000. I didn't even move the boat. The guy dropped the boat off in my parking lot. I walked out and slapped a for sale sign on it and handed him his shotgun. That's how that shit went. I just remembered the boat. I traded a sign for one. I didn't have a sign on my store, a great big light up sign. And so a guy who owned a sign company got me a 10-foot sign, which I thought was huge at the time. It was huge because I didn't order a crane to go put it up. I didn't make the deal to make him put it up. That was my failure. And then I remember holding that sign. It had to weigh 200 pounds. And my dad and my uncle were on the roof with ropes arguing about the best way to tie it off while I'm holding that sign up. And finally, like, you got to move it along. And they go, oh. I remember that. That was funny. All right. Memory clearance. I'm getting some memory clearance here. All right. So I'm looking through his stuff. And this was 4 months ago. But he deploys everything via this Proxmox. And so what I was going to do was put Proxmox in here, I thought, and then go deploy things out in my shop where I don't have to listen to fans. Lots of noise can take place in the shops. You know, I pump this entire room full of air out of that room every minute. That's how much air I'm moving through that shop at full speed. And then I have remote digital control on how fast I pump the air. Because what I did was I took some old miners and built all those fans that I had out of them. I built tubes into them. And I made a tube thing and I mounted them up there. And then I put a variable voltage control and a 12-volt power supply on it. Hooked up to 220. Hardly uses any electricity, but it's ready to go to my battery. I just got my battery installed. I should do a walkthrough in the shop. I got the battery installed. We're ready to put the solar panels up. And my dad is making me... I didn't like the pads for mounting my windmill onto my roof. And he goes, well, we can get that one up there. I said, well, look, I got to put 5 of them up there. He goes, you're putting 5 up there? I says, look, I need 5 windmills to do what I'm hopefully going to do. Because if I get enough electricity out of 5 windmills temporarily, there's months where the wind don't stop blowing day and night. Months. I will spend 20 grand on a crypto miner, a big industrial one, and really mine the shit out of some crypto with the oversurge from the windmills. When I'm producing electricity, I cannot even store. It's got to go somewhere. I'm going to shove it through a miner because they can take they're industrial. They can take a lot more abuse. I'm going to convert they're going to be, you got to shove enough electricity. I got to shove enough electricity at them to, I can do that on its way to ground. And then I'll put another resistor in there. So I'll keep what I need. And basically when it falls off and it's not producing, those things will shut off. I'll just have them turn on and turn off, turn on and turn off. I'll have a small battery so that they go into shutdown mode. And they'll have enough battery power to shut themselves down. That's all they're going to have. They're not going to run on battery. They're going to have enough battery that if the wind died, you're off. Because the quickest way to go broke mining for crypto is to pay for electricity. So I'm going to invest in electricity. I'm going to be able to produce electricity. And only when I get my not so free electricity. Remember, it's not free. It's not free. Oh, the wind and the sun, it's all free. That's free. All the crap that captured it, it's not. It's alternative energy. It is not efficient. It is not going to pay for itself unless I come up with some creative way to make it pay for itself, like industrial miners. So on top of that equipment, I got to buy other equipment that does nothing but burn electricity, and lots of it. And since I know that the wind doesn't sit at optimal ever, I'm going to make it burn, burn, burn. When it's not at optimal, it's blowing 80, 100 miles an hour. The windmills that you see on TV have to shut down. They can't. I mean, they have to lock the brakes to prevent it. Now, they have a braking circuit on these windmills to try and make it electrically brake while the wind's going nuts. Okay? Because you can overproduce electricity. I'm going to disable the electric brake. I'm going to let it overproduce because I know where the overproduced electricity is going to go. I've got a plan for the overproduction. The whole design is designed around overproduction. I've got humongous chunks of copper that came out of my old DDR1 Hewlett Packard server. Just great big 6-inch by 6-inch cubes of copper with fins in it. It can really, 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 really take some heat. You can't even find anywhere to buy those because the people who found them melted them down for scrap. The copper was worth too much. I need it as a cooling source. I happen to have owned 6 of those servers, and so I got a stack of those things sitting around. When I scrapped them out, I kept all that metal because it was worth what copper was worth. They were worth about $35, $40 a piece just in copper. So I had a couple of dollars worth as a cooling, but money, equipment, shit like that. There's things I keep. Threadripper build, world's fastest PC, bullshit. Okay. I think he figured that out when he did his tests. Like, well, wait a minute. Why is this going slower than the slower one? 70B not working. So I'm going through his stuff on his big test and seeing what he's doing. He's throwing money at problems that aren't working out. So I'm hoping the sponsors are paying for that. Or he's got customers who demanded, I want the latest, greatest, blah, 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 blah. He says, all right, I'll buy it. And then he did a video while he was building the latest, greatest, blah, 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 which is what I assume he's going to do. That's a good idea. You get a twofer. You get some ongoing revenue money for it. Llama 3.3 70B review. I'm probably going to be using a lower than a 70B, and I'm going to train it more. Okay? I'm going to add my thing. I don't need to know everything about freaking Facebook or what Facebook thinks. Most of the general basic ongoing knowledge is built into the little 3B models. It's there. If you're dreaming of somebody doing this work for you, you're dreaming. Okay. I know I'm going to have to construct a piece of hardware that's going to be able to talk to the app. It's going to be called GunBot, right? So when I have the AI talking to you guys on your phone, you're going to be talking to not necessarily this box. I got to get it. This box is an old mining box. It is so old that I can't put a 4090 in it. I barely, I mean, that much room. Got a 3090 in it. And then the motherboards that I had weren't laid out so that you could put, so I had the ability to put 4 graphics cards inside one motherboard, and I still got that. It's called a mining motherboard. And it's got that's the one that's got the FX6 in there. And I kept looking around, I was like, should I buy an 8-core? Blah, blah, blah. And then And I'm thinking about, it depends. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that stuff. What I honestly don't believe, or I didn't believe, and so I'm still not believing because I haven't tested the opposite, that the 8-core was ever faster than the 6-core optimizations I built. I always had a 6-core going faster than the 8 cores. I believe there was too much time sharing between the cores and the memory. With a 6-core AMD, I could tell the software, this stick of RAM is your stick of RAM. And so I'd had 4 cores with their own dedicated RAM. They could do whatever they want with it, right? Anytime that core got tasked with a project, it did not have to hit any laning problem. Remember, it wasn't until we come out with these new AMDs, the Ryzens, that the lane issues went away. So I'm going to stick inside the Ryzen generation. And depending on what I need out of the server, I may go back to a 2900 Ryzen, because there's a couple of areas of server application, usually dedicated to gaming, where the 2900 Ryzen outran the 3900 Ryzen. Okay. So, like I said, how fast we get the data from point A to point B, we got to find those bottlenecks and not assume that because we put a faster processor, faster GPU, blah, blah, blah in there, how fast are our lanes moving? What is the limit of that slot we plugged that graphics card into? Because those sumbitches do get hot when you start pumping data through them. No one's even thinking about that shit. So Space Baby over here, or not Space Baby, Space, what the hell's your name in? Digital Space. I'm not trying to be insulting. Space Baby's my other guy, in case you're watching. Digital Spaceport. Everybody knows Drew, the creep, rather, who rebranded as Space Baby 3000. But anyway, Digital Spaceport over here built this 4 3090s, and he did it mining rig style, where he had to lift them up and put them on those risers. I don't think those risers are capable of the throughput that he thinks they're capable of. But the fact that they are up, they're not going to get as hot as if they were on the motherboard. Okay? Matter of fact, I'd have a damn laser temperature sensor checking those damn things all the time. Or he's going to be troubleshooting by fire and smoke at some point. That's a known bottleneck. Just saying. All right. So today, man, nobody shows up. I got the one fly through. What is YouTube doing to me? Hold on. I'm going to go here. YouTube, you are a rat freaking bastard. Because they shoved me through the gaming channel, even though I didn't say games. Everybody wonders why I keep slapping the game logo on there. Blame YouTube. All right, edit. I have high-speed lanes from YouTube. No, not made for kids. I got to go do all this stuff. No. Tag, gaming, AI, Guns of Glory. Dink. We'll do that. We'll put one of those tags in there so it'll talk to you. They tagged you guys with that game. Then they tagged me with that game. So the 10,000 of you that are subscribed to want to listen and keep going, I keep missing the live. You're not getting told for 2 weeks. That's what's going on. Okay, sorry. I didn't do that. That's YouTube thinking they're clever. Hold on, we got to go down to. It's like, we're going to optimize our bandwidth. Their bandwidth. Look, I'm stuck in the gaming world. I wasn't even supposed to be in that category. All right, but we're going to do it. Survival. Let's do that. All right. You know what? Yeah, we'll do the survival. Save. And then we'll get some followers. I'm sorry, guys. That's, you know what the thing is? Where's that? Guns of Glory. Lost Island. We're going to hit Lost Island. See, I'm certain that they changed your tag to the Lost Island tag, even though that wasn't it when we were talking. This is how it helps to know how searching works. Okay, I'm an hour, no viewers. That's not even normal. So, let's go here. Channel portal, details. Show the analytics. It's terrible. 10 people wandered through, or 10 people come through and started watching. There's 10 people in the backup. So when you see 0 viewers live, there may be 10 people who are 2 minutes behind. They're not considered live. Right? You've gotta force yourself to the front, because YouTube will turn around and say, well, we're gonna throw these 10 people back here somewhere. Right? That kind of crap. One more thing after another. It's gotten worse. You know, it was bad when I quit the first time when I went blind. All right. So I'm going to go, how? I don't like this page. Let me go here. And lives. And this. I like this button. All right. This button's a good button. Concurrent. Well, see, now it's telling me I got 2 people in the live right now. 1 person in the live right now. Just 2 right there. Could you guys chat? Help me out here, brothers. What am I I'm trying to figure out what I'm fixing. Chat. See, now we're up to, we're up to 2. Okay. 1. Am I watching my own view? I don't think I am. No, I'm not watching myself. Okay. I'm not watching myself, so I'm not one of the viewers. The API interface that I rely on has got me with some bogus information. So there's that. I don't even know what the bogus information is. It could just be that I hit everybody a little too early on a Saturday morning.
Oh
yeah. That's supposed to tell me when somebody chats, right? And I haven't looked at the chat, so that's a problem right there. So you can make that sound by chatting. We'll make that go away one day, but not today. That's supposed to make me look up and look at the chat box, is what that sounds for. I don't know if you guys heard that sound. There's that. Did you guys even hear the sound? I'll be able to go back. How far behind am I? There we go. Okay, so digital spaceport. What am I going to do with you, man? You're not giving me the tool. I like you. You're not giving me, the business owner, the tool that I need to do what I need to do. Digital Spaceport, you have what I need, and that's a place to host graphics card stuffs, and you know this. So looks to me like at some point I'm going to be paying you more money if to send my own hardware and videos, but we got to get to the point where that works. It's one of the reasons I've kept him on my deal, and I'm paying him now, right? I joined him for $1.99 a month. And he'll let me talk to him for $1.99 a month. He actually answers his own comments well. All right, so this is one of the reasons I was going down his how-tos. See, management interface. There's two of them. Oh, one of them's the Wi-Fi. That's how I'm talking to the server. I got to create a host name. So there's that. I mean, before I even start his how-to, there's a bunch of other work. I needed to get a how-to on how to use the how-to. That's not good. So he needs a video on the how-to. So I can just follow this one guy. Right? Maybe we do a collaboration on that. I could set the room up to be a little more professional. I could take this server out to the shop where I have a 4K capture card, and we capture all the raw stuff that needs to be installed as it's being installed, just by looking at the monitor before the monitor displays. Right? So it's a much better way of shooting a video like this, and I don't see a whole hell of a lot of people doing it. He went and used his interface to film. It's easier for him and he's setting up his boxes to use those interfaces for filming. So I need it to work without being filmed. That's why I have a 4K capture card. So all that big money you got there, man, go get a 4K capture card and a 50-foot freaking HDMI cable. Yeah, help us out, brother. Help us out, brother. Okay, so I don't even understand that. I'm just watching weirdness with the data that YouTube is sending me. The warning: what the stream's current bit rate is 20 lower than recommended. Good connection. What the hell? Your stream health. Go here. Analytics. Got shopping tab. Tag products. What happens if I do that? I don't know what I just did. Only tag products from video. Viewer will see the products and the products in current video section. All right, save. We'll save that. While I don't have my hoodie on, well, the pepper dog is passed out. So let's not me getting up to go get my hoodie for the video is just kind of not happening. All right. It's kind of warm in here too. Then the nice thing about having this thing in the office in here, the equipment in here is keeping the room warmer than the house. I got the house set to 65 degrees. I walk in here and I'm, it's a coin toss whether or not I'm going to wear pants. It's so hot in here. All right. How's the new people that just came into the stream doing? Guys, you guys are, there's a couple people just showed up in the live, or they fast forwarded from behind. If I could get a little talk in the chat, I would appreciate it, as would others. Let me get up here, and I'm going to stop eyeballing that so crazily. Okay. That's what I would normally do. Okay. Well, I just wouldn't have that thing open, would I? Crowd control. Oh, that's the crowd control thing. I do have that in. That's oh yeah. That stuff. All right. So, what can we do with this AI? There's a couple things. One, we can watch it play a game and learn how to play that game. We can do that. So we could focus on these phone games. They're not complicated. And then, what's his name? Oh, I don't want to leave him out. The guy that built the first Guns of Glory bot gaming thing. You went and put your Google account in there, and he had a virtual simulator that played the game for you. He's already built it. So I'm going to have to go build that. All I got to do is call him. Right? And now the video capture for read these numbers off the screen. So we can have it go open up pages, read the screen, take your statistics out of your game and send them over to my server, and then have my math tell you how to build the best march, how to defend your castle, right? So it's bots playing against bots. Mine's a lot more sophisticated because there are things that aren't done yet. Eventually, someone will build what I've got into the AI, and I will become irrelevant. That hadn't happened yet. I'm not on the I'm irrelevant pile just yet. Did I not? Oh, that is not what it's asking me. Okay, so I don't know what I don't know if I want to abandon this guy's how-to, because at some point I think I want to be doing business with him, where we can work together. I believe. I think I need to get on the phone with him and just say, hey, what am I going to need to do to send you money? Because you've got the data connection that's better than what I can buy from other people. He's got a 10 gig data fiber, right? That's what the marketing and bullshit is. If he's getting 1 gig out of that 10 gig, I'd be tickled. But if he's got a 10 gig, it's more than enough. I mean, based off of a 10 megabit, I did 26 million people in a year. So unless I'm running a porn site, I don't need 10 gigabits. Not running a porn site. All right. I don't know. See, and he doesn't have any of his business stuff over there. Podcast shorts and home. More. Subscribe to the channel. Join as a member. For business inquiries, please contact us at blah blah email under channel details below. Channel details. All right, hold on. All right, guys, I'm going to make the, I'm going to view this. I'm not a robot. Submit. So, I about read it out loud, Bubba. Ha ha. Okay, I do know he has a .com. And then we're gonna go to. Hold on, I'm gonna. Launch my email here. New email. Okay. I did like what he's done here. I like where he's heading. I understand why he's doing what he's doing. And as somebody who has been attacked, I like having, and he doesn't have a bunch of stuff. All he's got is his stuff. So I mean, there's that, right? I'm not producing a lot of heat. If I get this thing up and running, doing what it's supposed to do, then I can immediately turn it over live to the world once we secure other things. We don't even know if the security is going to cause us grief, right? But I see what he's doing for what they're doing by retraining, blah, blah, blah. Retraining with what? They're suppressing information. They're locking out things. They can't ask it a question because the answer of the truthful answer might be offensive to somebody. Reopen those items from your last session. Sure, why not? What the hell? Who was I talking to last? You don't even know. See, don't ask me questions you don't know the answers to. All right, so inquiring about hosting and or collaboration. Okay, so man, do I have my, I don't know. Done. I'm live right now, so I'm being short. The reason I'm doing this while I'm live is, guys, if I forget, it may be 3 weeks before I send them an email. So, I mean, like, well, can't you do this offline? I could. No, I can't. I can't. My short-term memory. I need somebody, I need people to help me in the various areas. Can I break through on some of this stuff? Yes. Can I remember I broke through yesterday? Nope. How about that for some bullshit? Is what it is. I'm dealing with that problem. I'm a field engineer. Problems are expected. There's a failure. I am trying to fix it. I mean, I do it. This is one of the things we want to put into the AI. Oh, that one had the other camera going. The one that, oh, as you see, the reason we got rid of this is sitting over there, and she doesn't fit in the biggest dog bed I could buy. All right, guys, you need to join the channel if for no other reason than Pepper needs a bigger bed. Buy my dog a bed, please. She needs a bigger company. I'll tell you what she needs. She needs a 2-seater love seat in here. That's what I got for her in the living room. That's her dog bed out there. She's got a love seat. That's pretty much hers. I was getting rid of the old furniture. The love seat was still in great condition. And because I never sat in it. So it just never got used. It sat in the house for 10 years. It matched the new furniture, kind of. But I'm always in the dark anyway, so I don't care. Same color, same. I mean, I bought similar stuff. And then I kept the old love seat from the old collection. And that's her dog bed now. In the living room where she can sit and watch TV with us. All the other dogs curl up in a little bitty ball. On the new couch, the Beagle, who is probably on it right now because he's not outside my door. You know, I have 2 or 3 pillows to set upright when I'm sitting on the couch, and we call that pillow heaven. And he steals pillow heaven every chance he gets. That dog loves pillows. He's old. My bones hurt. All right, what am I looking at? There's that. How about I turn that one off? like so. And then, okay, so I sent an email. Here's a question. You know, I don't have no notifications that I'm getting emails. And, oh man, I sent it to him in a freaking... I'm getting way too much stuff listed as spam. Man, I got this meeting request the other day. I don't know if they hacked my phone or what. Suddenly, I got an alarm to go to a live for CEOs on Co-Adventures Mastermind. But I think what really happened is I told some piece of software to start reading my email. And they sent that in a format that it got read and added to my calendar. The promoting or showcasing your business with CEOs on COVID. I'm not ready to be promoted, showcase. That's the cart before the horse type thing. I want functionality. I want functionality. It's got to function for me. Click OK. Just go to it. Go to it. Go to it. Go look at it. You can't even give me a proper click. Okay. Oh, move to the inbox first. Really? You can't click out of the spam box? That's nice, I guess. Your order has shipped. I bought... Oh, let's look at this. I bought some bogus things. It's Christmas is the time of year. Let's go my eBay here. For China to scam Americans. But you can't. Oh, 4 unread messages. One of them better be, we're sorry we gave you your money back. Okay. I sent the guy like, the warehouse has sent the goods. Please wait patiently for logistics update. I wish you happy life. Should I send them back? What am I bitching about? There's a good question, right? So let me go to, I got a bunch of coins in the other day. My eBay. I bought some coins. I went to a gun show and I walked up and I saw some silver coins. I saw some Carson City dollars. And the guy didn't want to trade my guns for his dollars. And I was making him a killer deal. He'd have made out like a bandit because somebody would have paid him $400. One guy was paying $400 for the same gun. And then I sold it to him for $200. He says, really? I said, I'll give you more money. I says, look, I walked in here to get $200 for this gun. And that's all I care to get. Now that sounds silly. That sounds weird. But those people remember me. They know me. Okay. And they will remember when you lop their head off. That's not the last time I'm going to do business with that guy. But for the next time I do business, I gave him $200 for no good reason. Didn't explain it. He's going to remember that. He's going to tell that story. When everybody goes, oh, how much you pay for that? That guy, I offered him 4 and he only took 2. He'll tell that story, right? Unless he's selling it. You're like, well, I paid 6, but I'll sell it to you for 4. You know, that's how the shit works. That's just how it works. So bids and offers, watch list, purchase history. Let me get in there. I'm not even on the right thing for you guys. Oh, sorry. There's that. All right, there's eBay. And then I went on to eBay and I found some more of these. And this is the guy that I was messaging. So I'll hit track package and I'll show you guys. Shipped to you Monday, December the 2nd. Out for delivery. Not yet. Picked up by shipping partner USPS, awaiting item, Los Angeles, California. Now it says that the USPS picked up my package. Shipping label created after they picked up the package. Awaiting item in New Jersey, was picked up in Los Angeles, California. Tracking number provided. Right. That is the tracking coming from them. I promise you it'll say the same thing. See all tracking history. Shipping label created. USPS awaiting my item. All right. It's for... Now, either somebody realized they sold the wrong coin for the wrong price, and then they panicked when somebody went to go ship it, because I stole these home bitches. All right. Let's Google that. So I bought 4. That guy, I bought 5. I bought 1, and I went, shit. Why aren't I buying? They only had 5. They only had 4 left. I'm like, buy them all. I was being stupid when I didn't buy them all. So, Carson City silver dollar. Really doesn't. Oh, value. All right. Carson City's $3.59. That's about where a great quality one should be. Some of them are $1,400. Claiming, this one was struck sideways on the 3rd Monday of the 5th month. That kind of shit. There are some that have gone stupid prices. But I guarantee you that has more to do with laundering money than it does on the value of a coin. You got to be aware of that. When anything has value, like paintings, coins, cars, Bitcoin, if it's imaginary value, then it is what it is, right? And you can get a Morgan City dollar that's not a Carson City for $31. I can tell you right now, that's cheaper than the value of the silver in the coin. Beware of those things on the TV that goes, hey, you can buy a pound of silver dollars. A pound should be 17 coins. For some reason, they're getting a pound out of 14 coins. And I guarantee you what they did was, the reason they're selling them by the pound is they have scanned all those coins for their silver versus iron content, which is supposed to be 20%, and found those to be low silver. That's why 14 coins in a pound, way more than 17 coins of silver. All right. Welcome to the world of you screw you too. So yeah, they're supposed to be shipping me 4 of these things. So even if they're crap quality, and I mean, you see one of these Morgan silver dollars and they're a little rusty looking. If they're dirty, the dirty's not black, it's reddish. Yeah, it's probably a very terrible coin. Don't pay a bunch of money for it. I paid $180 for the one that I bought off the guy that I was trading the gun. I had to make a 3-trade deal. I had to bounce from table to table. I traded some stuff. I sold some stuff, and then I sold one gun and I traded another one. I got some stuff and I sold the stuff I traded. I'm the art of look down the road. That's the way I love to do it. I'm at some point going to wind up filming me going through a gun show to show what the stuff that I used to do, and why I do it. It'll be cool, but people don't like cameras in gun shows. Welcome to the beard mic. Wait for the beard camera. But you can hide a camera in a hat all day long. You put I can order a camera that's glasses Uh, or have a camera installed in my reading glasses, right? That kind of stuff. Just bring them down the bridge of my nose, and then I can actually use my glasses. I got to use my reading glasses to see the stuff anyway. One day, they freak out about cameras, and it's not the gun show. It's just people do. People freak out, and they want their privacy. And I'm not going to destroy the privacy because once I film, I'll blur their faces out. But we just need the conversation. We need some video, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do that. See, I'm looking at so if they ship something, I'll show that on another live. I've had this happen before. Well, I don't know. Throw something in the box so that eBay knows that we shipped it. They won't let go of the money. If they screwed up or they frauded, they will not let go of the money. The goal here is to delay it beyond the 10 days so that they can clear out that bank account that they're frauding people with. Because that's how long it takes the banks holding the money for 10 days. So they need my credit card not to hit back for 10 days to put the money in. This is how China's frauding Americans. And I got greedy. I thought, hey, maybe. Right? What's today's date? Today's the 7th. All right. So they won't go, oops, sorry. They're like, oh, honey, you just wait. Good thing coming to you. So even if they're crappy silver dollars, they're worth $100, $120 a piece. I bought those because I'm wanting to give a silver dollar away when I start a live to start the chat. So the first person to speak in a chat gets a silver dollar. That's why I started buying them. And they're going to wind up being the little $31 freaking coins when I'm done. But I'll put them in packets and everything else. I'll make them nice. Because I'm going to start hitting on a subject that I believe this is the best way to explain. All things new. We're sitting here talking about AI and all this new stuff coming up. And then I'm discussing with the digital spaceport guy, and he goes, oh yeah. I said, hey, this is when the CPUs merged. They just started marketing faster. Is the faster better, or is the faster going to have to be a problem that you deal with data center wise? Do I need the freaking speed? If I don't need the speed, I don't need the expense. Yes, going 6 years back in technology, you run the risk of running out of technology. But if I run out of that technology from 6 years ago, there's a whole bunch of stuff afterwards that follows it. I believe I'm good to 2035 doing what I'm doing. I believe that. All right. The path that I'm heading down. Let me say, things aren't done yet. I'm good to the year 2035. I will be dead before the year 2035. I can promise you that. Yeah, I'll be on the YouTube as like the Crypt Keeper. We'll have the AI pre-record some Crypt Keeper things and keep coming out with videos every month after I'm dead. I'll do that shit too. But so the Carson City coins, that was going to be for special people. I was going to do some Carson Cities. But the point going to be that me drive home, how many new dollars does it take to buy an old dollar? That's a United States dollar. How many of your newly printed dollars does it take to buy that old dollar? So as you see the price going down, some MFer on the news, well, the value of silver is falling. No. The value of your dollar is going to be increasing. And this is why I'm coming up with this thing, is because I already know what the slime bag left is going to say. And they got the megaphones to say that crap. If the value of the dollar gets bigger, what I'm looking at now gets cheaper. Because that is valued based on what that dollar that I'm giving them So I'm going to start with the lives, the things that we put out for, the things I want to put out, just having an impact where if you're the first person that chats in a live, you're going to get $30 worth of silver. But then I can talk about every single time how much is that dollar worth. Oh, it went down. And then I can have that conversation. It didn't go down. Your other dollars went up. Hey, Bitcoin's at $80,000 or $100,000. It takes 100,000 Biden dollars to buy one imaginary data point. It takes 100,000 Biden dollars, which is our dollars. And I don't like Trump running out there, running his fucking pie hole, saying, hey, look, hey, Bitcoin guys, look what I did for you. There's a run on getting out of the US dollar into something else. Okay? Bitcoin is to cryptocurrency what gold used to be to the US dollar. We called it the gold standard. I can't afford to give gold coins away. Right? If I gave $30 worth of gold away, you go, what's this? I'd be little. Let's look what gold. We don't want coins. How about gold bullion? See, you can buy gold bullion in tenths. Third a gram gold bar? Yeah. Well, I guess I could give some gold away. Can we get cheaper? Tell you what, instead of hold on. I'd buy it from somebody other than eBay, just to say. Quarter gram, I'm just pricing gram. Tell me what a quarter gram's going. $35. See, I could do that. So right now, quarter gram of gold. Send people some gold for chatting. Can't even get the people that are in here to chat. I'm not chatting nothing. That's because YouTube's doing its damnedest to stop people from getting it. Quarter gram, 0.9995. This is sitting in a dollar slot. That's how tiny that is. I told you, you go, what the hell is that? That holder's the size of a dollar. And that's a quarter gram of gold. All right, to equal that silver. If gold goes up $1, that thing goes up 6 cents worth of value. If I gave it to you in silver and silver went up $1, your coin would go up in $1. So it's gold. It might be one of those things where I let you decide. But I do believe I'm giving five coins away to some kids this year, and I'm working on the wording on my notes. I want them to keep it. They can run down to the pawn shop. The pawn shop will go, I'll give you $10 for it. Eddie will do it. You can go buy one ice cream cone in town. But I want them to keep that. I want them to always, not keep it in their pocket, be flipping it like a freaking moron. You're bound to get knocked out and have it taken from you. But I want them to, the whole point is I want the kids to keep it and understand how many dollars is your old dollar worth in new dollars, and so that you can build that deductive reasoning in their brain that's not linear, right? So if someone's going to run and says, oh, the price of gold is soaring, it might be because the value of the dollar is crap. People don't believe your dollars are worth anything. They want more of them since they're not worth as much. The people who hold the gold think that way, right? Going to that gun show, there was a lot of people who wanted to trade in gold and silver. That's one of the reasons I'm starting to stockpile some gold and silver. The end of the world's coming. I had to go talk to them. I hadn't been to a gun show in years. That crowd's out there. They look like your grandpa. They drive a Ford truck. They're not old and crotchety on the mountain, I promise you. But it was a mountain gun show. Mountain gun show I used to make a killing at. I used to take. Well, I've taken so many guns that my van suspension couldn't handle the amount of weight inside the van. That kind of stuff. Last chance for 50% off of what? Sonos Arc Wording Server refurbished premium smart sound bar. If you're thinking about doing any web stuff, Office Depot, that Brio camera I got, I'll tell you the negatives of it. It doesn't have the ability to turn the aperture via software, left and right, where the camera can be fixed in a spot and you can adjust a little left, a little right, a little up, a little down. It doesn't have a motorized aperture. You pay for that crap. I mean, it doesn't have it. It is a 1080p camera, but it's a good 1080p. I like the Brios. The other camera in the other shop is a 4K Brio. I couldn't find a 4K Brio for sale. Not on a Black Friday sale anyway. 4K Brio. They're built by Logitech. See, that's a 1080p. So 125, half off. There we go. For 4K Brio. Man, my biggest issue with those things, they did not have screw mounts. Everything was hanging off your freaking monitor. Lazy ass Logitech. I've got my studio set up so that I can attach things. Oh no, I got to show you if I'm showing it. All right, go here. There we go. Yeah, so like this thing, I can attach things via a screw mount. I can fixate that. I can put this on the floor. I can put this on a table. I just put it on a chair, right? Now it becomes about how long this cord is. So, believe it or not, so where's that new camera? So that new camera, let me unplug it. Oh, come on now. Oh, I'm going to hurt myself. Well, so here's this new $30 camera that I'm looking at right now. Oh, no, I'm looking at the 4K version. 4K version suffers the same problem. Cheap mount. Right? That's one. I'd pay $125 for that right now if it solved my freaking problem. Okay? There's another layer to this thing in here somewhere. I'm going to have to get a knife out and shuck this thing like a clamp. Oh, wait a minute. There's a screw holder. Where's my glasses? See, that's a screw holder holding that pad on. Wouldn't it be nicer if that pad wasn't there? What I'm going to have to do is design something for myself. I don't need the pole because we can't hook to the pole. So I got this brand new 1080p camera from Logitech. Doesn't say Logi on it. Hold on. I can't see shit. Where is? See if we can solve. Oh, I got all this crap. I got everything up. I don't have the green screen down because I can't push. I got this hard mat floor on the floor down here, and I can't. What happens is I weigh 220 pounds, and my wheels on my chair sink into the plastic, so I create ruts. Good girl. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Look, I know you're in that chair because it's the big boy chair. It's my chair. Hold on. I will move. You guys can't see, but Pepper just took over my chair. I'm going to put this, I'll put all this stuff up here. All right. Close the door. Why we got to close the door? Pepper steals. Pepper decides what to steal. She don't just grab something and run. She gets in there and roots through my crap like she knows what she's looking for. And amazingly enough, when I'm missing something and ask for it, she has found it by name a couple times on those shelves in there. She goes in there, roots around, it's like it's right there on that shelf, Don. I don't know what. She's listening, she's learning. She's a smart girl. Huh. Okay. Pepper, see this chair? Whoop, I'm falling over. All right, come here. Come here. You can get in this chair. I made you a chair all yourself. Good girl. I know I love office chairs. That's your chair. I cleaned it off. You knew I was cleaning it off for you, didn't you? Woo. I know. We need the big boy chair so you don't fall out of it. That's why I needed the big boy chair, so I don't fall out. Oh, Don, we can share, buddy. It's big enough that we can share. You see why I make ruts in the freaking... I don't want to be bitten, just so you know. Eventually, Oma, we're going through. I'm trying to set up this AI machine so that we're going to take some of my old formulas. I've got a bunch of stuff that still works. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it into the AI, and then you'll have an app to where you can literally capture pictures of your stats out of your game. It'll feed it into the AI, and it'll tell you how to play that game. But it'll be more than just one game because the core of Guns of Glory interfaces a lot of games. So I will have a relevant problem solver that will be built off of AI. So right now we're building the AI. I'm building a micro model of the AI, building it big enough to do what I need to do. And then at the same time, I'm trying to learn what other IT guys, I hate IT guys, but IT mindsets. Look, I don't even think this guy that runs the space thing, digital spaceport, I don't think he's old enough to remember the days when they fired all the IT people in the dot-com bust. They fired everybody. And then Microsoft readjusted how IT works for the entire industry in a way that you can't burrow these people out of it anymore. All right? So there's that. What was it? Oh, I went and got this. Okay. All right. That whole mess about getting that, and oh my gosh. Ugh. So I got that pole, that camera sitting over there, and look at that. I had it sitting next to the dog bed. Even if I set it over here where it's not next to the dog bed, she'll still get in it. See, I can't push to roll my chair. I don't have enough strength in my legs to push the roller in my chair. So that's why the office is being torn apart. What did I just drop? I dropped that. Oh man, I don't even need that thing. What that camera stand used to do, I remember why I did that, it was my downward looking camera, right? I had it set up to look down, and then so I could set it on my desk, right? And if you put a quality camera on there that you can control zoom and aperture, I can set it up in the back behind the monitors, and then I can zoom down the distance rather than physically get to the distance, because now it's in my desk, it's in my way, right? If I use these cheap cameras that won't attach to it. So that's a problem with these cameras. So I already looked at the software inside of them. I can't do any of those controls. So you got to go to a more expensive camera. Not a big deal. I'm thinking about ordering more of these stands though, because they're plastic, and I love the wall mount for them. And I'm thinking about putting them things up. See, like I just said, I can extend. So I just thought I could extend that thing out. Oh yeah. Hand purple what the hell? Hand purple blue face. Oh. Hold on here. Wait a minute, where's it at? Ding. I don't know where it's at. Hold on, man. Something like. I'm not an icon guy, man. And the software I looked at for the chat was terrible. And I closed the window for the chat. This is why I need a third window all set up. Oh, see, it says blue face. That's the peace sign. All right. Thank you very much, Omega. Channel activity. Oh, that's all you do? That sucks. All right. So, because this is a plastic base, and I got this nice extension arm, I'm going to be able to screw this to the freaking wall, because I just thought of this, have it, and pull that camera out, and just look down on me, and then it's never on the desk, and I never got to find a place for it. You got to think in 3 dimensions around here to get shit done. But anyway. Yeah. Well, Omega, if you watched it earlier, I was explaining how YouTube was cutting me off my audience because the Guns of Glory went and changed the name of their game. So if I turn around and reference a 2017 game when I start the live, and I had nothing when I was just doing what I was talking about. So this is about getting this going. Different things. I got 2 studios now. I was blind for 3 years, Oma. I don't know if you know that. The reason I quit was not due to anything other than I was at the peak. I had 45,000 members over in Rogers Raiders paying $2 a month, man. We were about to, but then I was blind for 3 years. And then I had the Chinese fake stuff. I was pulling open my little toolkit. If you don't have one of these and you work on stuff, you need one of these to work on stuff. I'm just telling you, it's a necessary evil. They're not stupidly expensive. I honestly am not a fan of the hand tools. And holy crap, So somebody, yep, there's a second one missing. Someone I'm going to have to dig through my wife's office and find my tools. Because the thing you don't bring back ain't just that little one Phillips head. The thing you don't bring back, why, hell, that is the handle. And I don't know how much torque I need to get this little thing off, because I'm looking underneath this camera to see if whatever's hiding under this screw is more than a soft rubber pad. Ooh, I got that screw out at least. I don't know if I got the dexterity to put that screw back in, but that really doesn't matter. Ain't nothing like taking a camera out of the box, taking it apart, right? That's just stupid. Who would do that? I would do that because there's a need. There was a thinking. I got this X570S motherboard. It's got like 30 freaking ports on the back of it. Oh, hold on. Yeah, let me turn that back on. Are you kidding me? So there's those 4 screws. You're hiding more. Hold on. What I'm hoping is they're hiding a freaking screw down port. Oh, there we go. They are not. All right, put those back together if I can. Okay. So this thing's only useful if I modify it. Yeah. But at $29 on a Black Friday special, cheaper than buying something that, you know, be $220 for a high-end camera that's got the little bitty extra functions that I don't need. I've got the software and stuff to do it. Yeah, I don't think hardly anyone's playing that Guns of Glory, but they're playing other games like it because they know that once people know the format, they'll change the things. Like I'm playing Age of Apes, and I'm one of the more expensive accounts in Age of Apes. It's a spin-off of Guns of Glory. Matter of fact, Age of Apes, the reason I went and started playing it was because Age of Apes was stealing my how-tos, and they were implementing it as part of their game stuff. So the Age of Apes was being built to play my way, and then it slowly, with each update, gravitated back to the way Guns of Glory plays. And now everybody's got the same bitches and complaints that we had. Some of these updates, you could almost see they were written right off the Guns of Glory updates. I can remember the updates that did some of this damage. All right, my camera's back to the way it was. But I was going to show you. Hold on. Okay, we are going to... We're going to turn this on, I think. I don't know if I can get back here to show you. That'd be the thing. Oh, wait a minute. I got to go this way anyway. Oh, no. Man, I may not be able to show you. Okay, so hey, there's the back. There's the back of this machine. If I can figure out which direction I'm going, right? And I don't know. Can I get closer? How much closer are you gonna let me get? There we go. What do I got in the way there? But I got, I think, 18 USB ports on the back of this motherboard. And then I've got the bandwidth and the CPU horsepower and the graphics cards to plug a lot of variable cameras in there. So some of the stuff I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to do some cooking stuff. That's one of the things about the spaceport thing that let me get that back to where I had it. All right. Do I have to have this spying on you again? You're not on your bed. Huh? You I can do. Yeah. At some point, I got to gut this room. And we're heading there. So the problem, you see the problem I have with my legs where I can't roll. I just had 6 epidural shots put into my back. The kind that runs the juice down your sciatic nerve, down your legs. My lower legs still hurt like a son of a bitch. So December 10th, we got a follow-up for me getting more shots. And the question winds up being whether or not I'm using the pain to walk. Let me turn off that burrito. Turn it off. There we go. What I mean, so the painful feedback as I move those muscles might be what I've learned, because I've been learning to walk is through the painful feedback. Well, come here. Why are you crying? What's she doing? Are you giving him goofy looks? Hold on, I don't have my watch on. Is that charged up already? You're an hour early, guys. They got a 12 o'clock playtime with me. We're on a schedule. You got to wait. You got 40 more minutes. Yeah. But what? Oh. Hey, quit! Come here, Jake. I see what the problem is. She hurt. Jake, my other dog, come here, put his head on my lap, and she walked up and just herded him right out the door. Like, nope, I'm in here today. Yeah. Pepper, let Jake in. Come here, Jake. Come here. She won't let you? She's a big dog, Dawn. There's a lot of teeth in that mouth. I know, good boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's being very protected today because I'm talking to her. Or at least she thinks I am. And I let her in the room. I herded him right back out the door. Goose stepping the whole way. She's got the full Nazi in her. Is that how they're notifying people, Oma? Is they send you an email? So if you turn off your email dings, you're not getting notified. I tell you, it's one of the things that AI is going to start fixing. And I keep wondering if the walls of getting over the hurdles of AI is the fact that those walls are protecting the people who have been circulating speech. So I don't get notified on my phone about anything either. Hold on, reset the beard mic here. Okay, reset the beard mic. It was slipping down. I've had too much puppy love over there to pushing my beard mic around. The whole time I've been doing this, I've been sitting here thinking, it's like, what the hell am I going to do about this server? I want to do it his way because I don't know, I'll go check my damn mail. Yeah, wonder if he reads his mail. Outlook. No. I don't know that I'm getting my. There's a bunch of unblocks that are coming in. Send receive all folders. All right. I got an AI machine. Oh, I'll turn that on. This is the AI I was using, the Taja, because it's popular. And it was expensive. And it couldn't do it could do what it said it could do, but if you know that what they're doing isn't going to work for you, anyone, it's not going to work for anyone. That it may look prettier, and it may be the bot did it for you, but Google's bot, YouTube's bot is better than their bot. All right, it's gonna flag you, push you down the bottom. You ain't gonna get shit. So you got to know what you're doing there, and that is what it is. I haven't gotten into the optimization world that I was letting Taja get into. Taja did optimize some videos, and they did pick up a click here and there, but they didn't pick up new customers. They scavenged my old base. I did the same thing when I turned around and put a particular game in there. Oma got a mail. Right? Watch this. Let's add. Let's add. On gaming, Guns of Glory. Let's add the new game in. Oh, just something has gotten into my system. I gotta go hunting. I loaded something from somewhere that is hogging CPU time, and I should have 30 windows open and not even notice anything. Guns of Glory Survival. Let's go to the. Wait a minute, is there another one? Did I miss one? Is this? Okay, I know what the problem is. Oh, the Asia. All right, so survival. Let's click on that. Oh, wait a minute. Will you let me just save Guns of Glory? Oh, survival. I'm going to say. There's that. There's that. Okay. So they've tagged me in a vertical market. So I'm locked into this Chinese shithole. That's why I keep coming back to it. So I need to, and imagine like you're, you've hit a single on the baseball. Okay, that's what I was doing 3 years ago. I controlled the Guns of Glory market. I owned it. That was a grand slam. Boom, cleared the bases. Now, Guns of Glory didn't want me owning their shit while I was blind and offline, and I went out and on purpose cost them $150 million because they wouldn't pay me my bill. They owed me $25,000 from California, and they owed me $1.3 million from overseas that they promised through Germany. They didn't pay their fucking bill. And so I went on a tirade and just trashed them and cost them $150 million in revenue in January of 2000. What was it? It was after COVID. 21, something like that. What was the last? I don't have to look. I log in there and I created a depression for playing. And I did it on purpose. Because that's what they do. They create anger to get people to spend. They believe anger is the best way to get people to spend. And then I most of my videos and all my stuff is optimism. I show them how to show people how to do things. And I would warn people, this is not the thing to do. You're just going to cost money, blah, blah, blah. But it made people who spent money anyway more efficient. Right? And then I turned around and went, Dark Brandon on their ass. No, I couldn't see. I was fading down anyway, and then I did. They wouldn't pay their bill. So the well, I haven't mentioned anything about Pearl Harbor today. The I don't know why that just popped in my head about me bombing the Asians. The today's the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. It's one of those things. I'll tell this story again. Told it before. I was at the 50th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. I was in Pearl Harbor. I was in the Navy. We were required to wear our whites with the neckties when we went out in town. And a Japanese couple come over and asked me and my friend, says, "Do you know where the Arizona Memorial is?" And without missing a beat, my buddy says, "Right where you left it." And because the conversations we were holding before that was, can you believe the number of Asians who took a vacation to go dance and just have pride in the fact that they won one victory 50 years ago, and it was a cheap shot at that. And then after that, they got their asses slapped over and over and over and over again, even when we had nothing to slap them with. How about we hold a little anniversary for Doolittle's raid? Midway. Matter of fact, Netflix has the new Midway movie, and I don't think it's as good as the old one. I suggest the old one's much longer. The new one has new movie run times. The old one's was right there. They had access to all the people involved that were still alive. The new one's reading out of a history book. There's no one to talk to. The last man on the Arizona that came off alive died in 2019. There's nobody left to talk to. And then even then, those stories change with time. See stories. All right. So I don't even know where I was in the conversation. Holy crap. Holding a conversation with myself. Don't even know where I went. But anyway. Man, I got off track with that freaking. Oh. So yeah, the new thing I got going is, so you want calculators to get a better score, to get more loot for free on the weekly stuff that they've got to do. No game is going to avoid having some deal where it shows how much money you spent and where you are on a chart. No game's avoiding that. Okay? And it's always something where they make everybody log in to see where they're at. We called it the wolf, right? And the wolf didn't have anything to do with real world losses. But it gave you internal bragging rights, made you feel good about yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I had a wolf if you follow me, you had a wolf calculator that got you really top up there. I don't think there was too many wolves that even when I did, I would go out and do random kingdoms where I wouldn't use my name. And then I'd be like on a C20 on a new kingdom. And somebody who pushed all the way to C30 would be below me on the wolf. I know my math. And I know AI can do math, but even when I watch the digital spaceport guy, he's got it doing math, and then from thing to thing, it does it wrong. And so now I'm got like, I know there's a way to force the AI to check a database while it's giving you an answer. So I can have database proper answers, which is what I've got now. I own those databases. I don't know if they're still valid, but I think they actually still are. And then have AI talk to you, look at your phone, look at your stuff, and say, here's what I would do, and maybe even do it for you. I don't know yet. You know, I don't know if with Java we can emulate a cursor movement, right? And we might get to that point where it's like, okay, copy, paste, fill this in. Something like that. That's a completely different world of software. We're not even there yet. That's on the function side. But I want you to understand that's where everybody's heading. I might get there first. And if I get there first, I'm going to be able to establish a central place for everybody to go to. So wherever we go to next, right now I'm building the meeting place. That's in my brain. I know I shouldn't put anything I'm about to do out into the world to give people a head start on how to do it. But I also know they can't do it. They don't want to do it. They got no interest in doing it. First of all, they got to go convince their boss to pay for the labor. Good luck with that. If it takes 6 people to make the decision to do what I'm going to do, you're screwed. You're not going to be able to do it. I don't know how to help you with that. All right. Who's hiding in the chat now? All right. So we got some. Let me get off of this. Oh, man. Here with the yawn. Oh, man, 2 hours, 20 minutes. I hit that yawn. That's about where I hit last time. I'm trying to go a little further. You're part of my therapy, guys. Yeah. I created this therapy myself, but you're part of it. Getting there. eBay graphics or see, I couldn't even click on. I couldn't click on it there. I'll click on 16 new 2080s. Why did I got that saved? How? They're 8 gigabytes. About $150 with the shipping on them. But when the 5000 series comes out, them 2080s will drop even more. I don't remember. You guys need to be building a PC gaming machine again. We're back in that world just to save you money. The EVG, I was wondering if they'd tell me. It is DDR6 on the 2080s. So speed of RAM is good for AI. It's not all DDR6 is equal. I guarantee you my 3090s DDR6 blow this DDR away. It's not the GPU doing it too. It's just not all DDRs are equal. 12x 10 RGD 6 pin. I don't care about no lights. It's 3.0 Express, which again not that big a deal. I was trying to figure out how many CUDA cores a 2080 had, because that's the value. Oh, what are you doing in here, girl? All right, thank you. Oh, bullshit. Hold on, let me see the clock. No, first of all, you're an hour early. What are you on, daylight savings time? Huh? Get down. Sit now. Oh man, I don't want to sit. All right. I want to look this up. I'm going to look this up and then we'll do it because I asked a question on the thing. How many CUDA cores in 2080? Oh. The supers have 100 more, but around the TIs, 4,300 CUDA cores. Let's go back to eBay now. What did I search for? How about we look for 2080 Ti? About 280, about $100 more for more CUDA cores. Okay, let's go back to our search. So let's take this out and let's go to, let's say my 3090. 10,000. So that's about where the market price is because everybody, you know, the market levels itself out, right? So if I took 3 2080s to build an AI machine, I'd have 24 gigs of RAM, just like a 3090. So basically, that's what a 3090 is. Take 3 2080s and you can call it one 3090, right? Honestly, the technology didn't change that much between them. They cranked the things out. What about 4090? 16,000 CUDA cores, but only 24 gigs of RAM. So we're waiting on the 5000 series because NVIDIA hasn't built the proper product to sell us in the world to build our own AI machines in our world. Why do we want to build our own AI machine in our world? Because we want our data that's on our phones and in our house to stay ours. You can put it into your own AI, hook it directly to your Alexa, to where Alexa only asks your AI that information. And then when it gets it wrong, you can correct it, something you can't do on the web, by saying, okay, I found the right link, add that link to my AI, and boom. The next time, your AI machine has better information to answer those questions. So if you're working on a project and you need to look at 7 websites to complete one task, load all 7 websites into your AI machine. Then ask your AI how to complete that task. And believe it or not, it should figure it out. Let's see what the 5090. Can I just ask that? Oh, can I just ask that question because Google thinks they know everything? All right, we're generating 21,000, 32 gigs of RAM. But it's DDR7. I don't know what that means. But more important, the most important part of it is that 512 bus. You're going to be able to feed this. That's something to always be looking for. See, the reason I was looking at them 2080s, see this 384 bus for a 4090? Same bus as the 3090. How fast can you feed that thing data? All right, let's keep going backwards. I don't even know what it was in the 20. Bus speed. What was it, bus speed? 256 bus on the 2080s. Okay. You feed the graphics cards encrypted information. Okay. That's what a driver does. A driver says, hey, I pulled up my game off my hard drive, and then I run it through the driver and say, okay, here's these graphics, and they do this once they pull up the information from the hard drive that the game asked for, they leave that in your computer's memory if they can. Okay, because that's the fastest place for it to access it. Then they want to load up your video card's memory. But the best way to do that is the graphics card can calculate a curve and your computer can't. So they give you a driver that says, okay, while it's sitting over in memory, encrypt it using 256, and then you send us that smaller encrypted file, and I'll decrypt it. So a 512 file is much smaller than a bigger file. That's all about how to get the data inside the graphics card faster. That's why games don't change in speed. I should have thought of that earlier. That's why the games don't, like the game speeds never change no matter what you've done to the computer. It can only accept it at the rate your computer can feed the encrypted data to the card or encrypt it on the fly. So there your process. So once you test everybody does this testing when they do it on YouTube, they do this test same. Oh, let's just pull this card out, put this card in. What is, I hear my dog is going to get mad at me here in a minute. I hear things moving around in the living room, Pepper. Oh, but Jake's here. Jake's been kicked out this morning. All right, buddy. So 8 gigs of DDR6, and then the speed of the DDR, the VRAM, that's huge. Because that's how fast the memory can swap as it hits its memory limit, as well as feed one direction. All right, so more memory, you can load a bigger file up in there. Faster memory, you can swap files in and out faster. All things we got to think of as we're building this stuff up. So the amount of CUDA cores, that's what we're doing all this to feed, right? CUDA cores. AMD is a completely different world. They got a completely different style processor. They do the same workload as NVIDIA with half the cycles. So earlier in this video, I was telling you, hey, you can increase the cycles, you increase the heat. So AMDs don't run as hot. They don't run as fast. They don't have to. They do the same work in half the time. And there comes the AMD never keeps up bullshit drama from IT guys. They've never gone out and pursued their own project to do the exact same things where they hand the world their stuff ready to go. Apple does it. That's why part of this AI conversation, you're going to keep seeing them talk about the Apple ability. And it ain't even Apple. Apple's buying it from Intel, right? Intel used to be one of my customers. I made the machines that's making their chips. Disney live events on ESPN are now. What am I going to watch on Disney? They got a couple new. Hey, they got a Star Wars for the kids. I hope it's for the kids. Well, there's still people in bustiers, but that's the way Disney thinks about kids, right? Yeah. So yeah, but there's a Star Wars where it's called the Skeleton Crew, and it's some kids accidentally fall into a starship, and they land on a pirate island. And I don't know what the timeline. This is somewhere after everything fails. They're from a planet that is not being robbed by pirates. What up, Beagle? You don't want me to put you in Latin. You come here. Don, everybody else got on camera. Everybody else got on camera. I used to go on camera all the time. You just want to make sure that Pepper knows. The Beagle and the Malwar hate each other. And this is about making sure that she knows you're allowed to come in here. You're not getting much in my costume, buddy. It's like, if I want to sit in here, I will sit in here. And Jake's like, well, I was getting petted. Well, you were. All right. You know she's going to throw a fit to get you out the door. So I'm not putting you down. Okay. Forever's here. Trying to solve some issues. And I want to address these issues. I don't know what AI is using for problem solving. Supposedly it's the CUDA technology. But then the AMD's they just released. It's open source now to where you can use an AMD to do the same thing that you did with like, where are you going, buddy? Do you think that desk is a spot for you to lay down on? Man, I was wondering what she's crinkling. I gave her that bottle when I first started as a toy. Buddy, I have no food on my desk. This is Leroy Jenkins. Tell you how old my dog is. Just by the fact that he's named Leroy Jenkins. Yeah. Everybody knows what a Leroy Jenkins is, right? Yeah. He's a rescue. He's blind in one eye. That's why that one eye, the one eye looks bad. Yeah. He's been blind since I got him. Yeah. All right, buddy. Here we go. No, I knew that was going to happen. I told you. No. All right, go lay down. He's allowed in here. No. Don't poke at him. I'm going to thump you on the eyes. I'll thump you between the eyes again. Yeah, thumping sound you heard. Got to tap her on top of the head. Or even when you're talking to her, she ain't paying attention. If you don't tap her on the top of the head a little bit, she doesn't know she's being talked to. It's like, I had a plan, Donna. I was going to kill the Beagle real quick. I'll be right back to you. Jake says, that's why I don't come in when she's in here, huh? He's smiling. Don't piss off the bitch. The bitch took over the house, whether we wanted to or not. My wife's gone for 2 weeks. And Pepper's been like, all right, me and the 3 boys. I like these odds. But she turns in, when it's just me and her in the house, she turns into a carekeeper. And we're just trying to get her to act the way she acts when it's just me, when other people are in the house. That's the thing. Like, there's so much excitement she can't help herself. But she is just terrible. 448 gigabytes per second worth of memory bandwidth out of DDR6. That's something to read, right? Yeah. You know what? Let's ask a computer that. Gigabytes per second. This is my keyboard. I must have a stuck key on this keyboard that Microsoft is ignoring. It's my keyboard that's lagging. Hey! That's you starting shit. Didn't I have to take you out of her mouth yesterday? Huh? Pry you out of there? Don't tilt your head. I let go. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me finish this one thing. Make back for a second. DDR7. About 7,000. 32 gigabytes per second? That seems awful low. Memory bandwidth. Okay. 1.5 terabytes per second. About 5 times faster than 6. Okay. Again, so that memory can be fed 1.5 terabytes per second. Now you got to feed it. And if it's moving that fast, and like it says, starting speed 32 gigabytes per second. In other words, they're building into the drivers and the hardware a ramping solution to control heat. Okay. I'll tell you where this high speed is going to be good. Is if your software is so janky that you're running on the error control throttle, redoing the work over and over and over and over again. Uh, 256. So a 256. They lowered the voltage. Oh my God. That's worse than my DDR4. My DDR4 is 22, not 40. That's the handshake. The latency handshake. Okay. Again, I don't need all this. To do what I'm going to do, there's a way to do. I mean, to do this thing. There's other purposes that these AIs are going to go. One AI is going to have my entire medical record shoved into it. 35 years. I'm going to be able to ask that AI when and where. Okay, so they referred me to this to pain management. When was my first pain management freaking? When did I go? And you're going to see like 6-7 years of separation between that. Yeah, those I'm going to be shooting those videos. Where and then, like I said, my entire life is about to go online. Man, I was shit talking. Matter of fact, I was just shit talking Senator Collins, Trump's pick to run the VA. I was talking shit about him. I wasn't shit talking to him. He's a very nice man. He only has 2 years of experience in the VA. His experience, because he was personnel treated poorly by anybody. They're not tasked with jobs that are critical. They may give you the moral compass of, oh, saving the soul's the most critical job on the ship. I don't give a fuck. Keeping the ship from fucking sinking is priority one most days. All right. We had a great RP. Just a great RP. What am I looking at? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I accidentally got off on the Fennec. I mined up a crap load of Fennec. This is that damn Discord doing what it wants to. What just happened? Something's happening. Trump's bored. He's truthing. I hate that. You can't. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well as tweeting. 2 new truths. Oh man, I've got to get out of the freaking. For you. Only Trump's the only one that I'm following such shit. Damn near everybody else I was following wound up in the damn Trump administration. And oh, I had a bunch of people follow me. You just. There's some back crap crazies in here, and if you can not fall down their rabbit hole, which I believe I'm a person that won't, it's entertaining. I don't want to tell you the girl I just looked at that is following me. Hold on. I don't even know if that's really her. That looks like a stock photo off the web of a girl. Yeah, there are so many bots that tag me into their sphere, and I don't have the follow power that I had before. It's going to take some cleanup. And it just, there's a bunch of AI crap coming out here that, well, there's a bustier. Yeah, all right, buddy. What are we digging? Here's the thing. Follows. I don't care about the alls. I don't know. Let me cancel this. I'm going to turn this off, guys. I appreciate whoever's following and listening while I'm babbling here. But I haven't fed myself. And I'm not even hungry, so I got to go force feed myself. I needed to sit for a couple. I went, and it's time for me to go play ball with the dogs again. Huh. It is noon. You got 6 minutes. You ready to go throw your ball? Where's your ball? Go get your ball. I'll get you all wound up. All right. I appreciate everybody that's playing around with me. I'm going to have to figure out what YouTube's doing. Now that I'm doing the sign off, a whole crap load of people are going to start showing up. That's what's going to piss me off. There they are. They're